We had a little excitement about 20 minutes before we had to come up here. We had the biggest wasp come in the house. And Hannah had a fly swatter, and she was trying to hit it.
But the problem is I don't like squishing bugs. I feel bad.
It was a big one, too.
It was a big wasp. I don't like squishing bugs. I feel bad.
But then William goes to the garage and comes out with something that looked like a badminton paddle. And all of a sudden, he puts it on it and goes zzz, and it electrocuted. It was a bug zapper.
I knew exactly what it was.
I had no idea.
And you were like, what's that noise? And I was like, it electrocuted
the wasp.
Yeah, it killed it. And you were like, where did you get that?
No, I said, I know where you got Aldi, because he buys everything at Aldi. But yeah, that was our drama before we started. But hello, everybody. All right, I have a lot of people in there chatting. Mm-hmm. So tell us some good news and share your countdowns. We have some countdowns. I have. Hold on. What? What are we holding on for?
You tell your countdowns. I'll tell them afterwards.
Okay. All right. 51 days until William and I are on the Carnival Sunshine. 108 days until William and I are on the NCL Encore to Alaska with the Lalita Loca group cruise. And I booked 2 excursions last night, and William told me to surprise him. So he's not even going to know what kind of excursions he's going to have until the morning of each excursion. So that's kind of fun. And then 198 days until Hannah, her boyfriend Terrell, William and I go to Las Vegas. 224 days until Hannah and I will be on Carnival Sunshine, and we'll be on there with SCT Adventures, and we'll also be on there with Jonathan. I was about to say Michael Bailey, Jonathan Bailey from Photog Experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last week we discussed whether I should just do like a surprise like itinerary weekend. The planning has started. I've booked an Airbnb.
She's surprising me with a weekend away in
Atlanta.
She told me we're going to Atlanta, and it's my Mother's Day gift. It's very sweet.
Yes, she has no idea what we're going
to do. I'm letting go. Have I asked a question about it?
Nope. But I showed your sister the rental, and she's just like, what?
Oh, no. Is it funky?
It's not funky.
Just so I don't have to climb a ladder to get in bed, like in one of those little houses or something, or a tree house or something.
It's not a tiny home.
Okay, good.
No. But I showed it to her, and I was like, don't you say anything to your sister, because she likes to talk too much.
She does talk too much, yeah.
Yeah, I regret showing her, because I have a feeling she's going to
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then tonight we have Chasidy and Josh from Moonlight Adventures, and they'll be joining us soon. And then next week.
Was that a hiccup or a bird?
I don't know. Hannah and I will be just us two next week, and we're doing some more trivia and travel talk. And then in May, I think it's May 12th, we have the Traveling Gilberts on here, and that's going to be a lot of fun too. And we were like, when we were talking about it, Hannah's like, we've never had them. And I was like, I know, right? We never had them. And they're so fun. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and hit that red button and notification bell so you'll be notified when we do go live. And we're going to recognize some moderators, and they help us keep trouble away from our channels and our live streams. And that's Anthony Simone, J&N Travels, Rayleigh Creative Travel, Adventures of Dave and Aaron, MGM Family Travel, Fisher Fun Ventures, No Maps Needed Travel, lots of travel, and Lovey's Fat Life, and Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes, and Meg. So thank y'all so much for watching out for our channel. Do you have any other announcements to make? Are you good?
I know what weekend we can go to New York. I know what weekend. I was going to discuss that with you later.
Okay.
Yes. I want to go see Beatles. Oh, there is something else.
What?
We're going to Atlanta in July.
Who?
You and me.
Oh, I thought we were going in May. You and I are going in May too, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, and for her birthday, I bought her tickets to go see Mean Girls, which is the Broadway show Mean Girls, and it's going to be.
It sounds dumb, but it's really
good. It's going to be at the Fox in Atlanta.
It sounds dumb. It's kind of like
I totally forgot about that. I'll put that on my countdown.
Yeah. So we're going to Atlanta twice. Yep. We're going to it in May and July, and then I have seen my goal is I want to see 4 Broadway productions, whether it be touring or on Broadway. I've seen Cats this year. I'm going to go see Donna Summers with Mimi in May, and then I'm going to go see Mean Girls in July in Atlanta, and then I'm going to try to see Beetlejuice in September on Broadway. I have been, what is it, like when you're like really wanting something but you can't have it? You know what I'm talking about?
Craving?
It's not craving, but it's another word. Anyways, okay. But do not cut me off. You've talked a majority of this.
I know, get to our wonderful guest.
I will just a minute. But don't cut me off. That's rude.
Go ahead, Hannah.
Dang, that was rude. But I mean, I've been in, what is it, like when you miss something really bad because you haven't had it in so long. It's not a craving. That's not the word I'm trying to go for. But I really want to go see Broadway shows as much as possible. So that's why. That's all I was going to say. Thank you.
So before we say hello to everyone, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest. We have one of the duo, one person in the duo with us right now, and then
what were you trying to
I don't know what I was about to say because Hannah fussed at me, so now I'm all blah. And then we'll be joined in a little bit with Chastity. But right now, let's introduce from Moonlight Adventures, Josh. Hello.
Everybody. So unfortunately, you don't have the beauty that you get the beast. So here I am. She will be coming on soon. Our son, he's playing baseball in Lawrenceville, Virginia, and she's in some backcountry areas right now that don't have signal. So she'll be on soon.
That's fine. We'll give you all the tough questions, and we'll give her the easy questions. How about that?
Give them the softballs.
So, before we start saying hello to everybody, how many subscribers do you all have right now? Do you know, Josh?
We are this close to being at 200. So we have, I think, 191 right now.
So guess what? People in the chat, I want y'all to help them out. And by the end of the show, we like to get you over at 200 tonight. So
Very good. Thank you.
And I'm sure we've already got one of our moderators dropping your link if they haven't done so already.
I'm looking for it. But that's a great sentiment and all, but you sound like a valley girl. Just that you're like, guess what?
Hannah likes to make fun of the way I talk, but it's all right.
Because the thing is, like,
I am a valley girl from the 80s.
In normal life, she would just be like, guess what?
Guess what?
But now she's like, guess what? I don't know what
she's being mean to me tonight, Josh.
I'm not being
I might put her in the back country. It's going down a country road real fast.
What do you want? Okay.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you.
See?
Thank you, Meg, for posting the link.
Okay, it started. Good. Okay.
All right, so we'll say hello to Paul Vines. He was in first today. He is driving and listening. Hey, Paul, thank you for listening. Hey, Meg, good to see you. SET Adventures, awesome seeing y'all. And they'll be on Beach. Nope, they're on Lovey's Fat Life tonight, but they're going to think in the future be on Beach Please. That's what they said the other night. Mm-hmm. Hello, CME Traveling, Kurt and Marcia. Hey, Jeffrey, good to see you.
I'm working on it.
And Travel Adventures with Eric B. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Hey, Kelly and Tammy's Journey, great to see you. And they get on the Valor on Saturday. That's exciting. Hello, Najuma, great seeing you. And hey, Lovey's Fat Life, Mike and Michelle. They'll be on at 8, and they'll have SCT Adventures. Hey, Ryan, great to see you. 34 days to the Valor, 153 days to the Freedom, and 253 days to the Sunshine. And we'll be joining them on the Sunshine. Excited about that. Hello, Together We Travel. I love that name. Good to see y'all.
Max says, how's your anxiety about the Atlanta trip?
I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
Do you think I will put you in any danger?
No, I don't think she'll put me in danger.
There we go.
I'm sure I'll have something. I'm sure I'll make a trip to Doraville sometime during that weekend. Yep. To go see all the.
It won't.
Are we going to the K-pop store?
No.
No. Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
34 days with SCT. Awesome.
Do.
Yeah, SCT and CME traveling and Kelly and Tammy's journey. I think, are y'all all going together on the same ship? Is that the same trip, or am I confused? SCT Adventures takes so many cruises. I don't know which one that is. 50 days till Chicago, 53 days till Europe, and 155 days until his first cruise on the horizon. Eric, you're going to be hooked when you start cruising now.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know. Like, I have some dates, but they may change.
For what dates in May?
In May.
For our trip?
Correct.
Yeah. I think she's trying to decide between which weekend, Jeffrey. Hey, Kara. Good to see you. Also from SCT Adventures. Hi, Sarah. Great seeing you. And Josie J. Hey there. Good to see you. Are you at home? Because I've seen some great pictures on your Instagram. Hey, Kenny. Good to see you. Hey, Darlene.
Meg.
And 99 days until the Carnival of Valor. And Paul's going also. They're just great friends. I love that. And Kenneth shared thank you, Kenneth, for sharing our live stream. We appreciate that. Kenneth does such a good job of doing that for so many people and sharing their live streams. Okay. Awesome.
Chastity came in and then she got out.
Chastity came in.
She said her phone bugged out on her. She had good connection, but the phone froze. So she's having to reset and come back in.
Let me see.
Well, she just needs to focus on the road. That's the most important thing.
That's right.
I think she drove somewhere where she has connection and stopped.
Just so she's in a safe location.
We'll claim that anyway.
So we're going to just jump in and start talking. And if you are a creator, while we're talking to Josh and then Chastity when she comes in, if you're a creator, put hashtag creator. If you're a supporter, put hashtag supporter. And Hannah will highlight you on the screen. If you see a channel you've never heard of, make sure you check them out. And
also, if you have any questions,
I'm getting.
It wasn't on your thing.
Also, if you have any questions for Josh and Chastity, put the word question and then put the question in the chat, and Hannah will ask it.
Was it in your thingy? Was it in your thingy? You went to the next page.
You are being ugly tonight. Y'all tell Hannah she's being mean tonight. She grumpy butt. And I even cooked her dinner, Josh. Can you believe that?
I know. Yeah. I'd like to have a warm dinner. I haven't had a warm dinner in a few days.
Hey, Betsy.
Hey, Betsy. Good to see you. And they'll be on tonight at 10.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. For those that don't know, tell everybody where you're from and what your channel is about.
So Josh and I, I'm Josh. Chastity and I are, we're from the Virginia Beach area, a little town called Smithfield, pretty close, about 40 minutes west and northwest of Virginia Beach. Our channel, we talk about cruising, travel, food, and just family topics. And then I have a few daily dad jokes that I do, and kind of do that to draw people in. And now it's became a thing that like Kelly and Tammy. Yeah. That if I don't hit my dad joke every day, I get in trouble with Kelly and Tammy. I got to hit my dad joke every day.
Well, I was going to ask you about this a little bit later, but since you mentioned it, tell us your favorite dad joke.
So I have a few that I really like, but the one that I seem to find myself telling the most, and I do this, I umpire as well. So I do this sometimes when I'm umpiring. I'll be like, hey, did you guys check the news the other day? Did you hear what happened to the lady over in Norfolk? Because Norfolk's close down to us. No, what was it? I said, well, she ate some aluminum foil. Oh, really? I said, yeah, she's been in the hospital for days. She can't stop sheeting metal.
See, the dad joke, I think, is the one that Poppy used to tell about Tina Turner.
Oh, that was a long one.
No, it's not.
Okay, you want to tell it?
Yeah,
my father passed away in 2015, but he was hilarious.
He told it long back. I can tell it short.
Okay.
But basically, he said that he was invited we're from Augusta, Georgia, and James Brown is from Augusta, Georgia, and he said that he was invited to a party hosted by James Brown at his house. This did not happen.
He actually did work with James Brown one time, though.
Yeah, but and then at the party was Tina Turner, and he there was a garden area in the back, and he went to the back to just go outside, and he met with Tina Turner, and she was crying, and he said, "What's wrong, Tina?" She said, "You know, me and Ike are going through something really bad right now." And she said, and he said, "Why don't you just leave him? You know, if it's a bad relationship." She said, "Because I love him." And he said, "Well, Tina, what's love got to do with it?"
Yes.
That is.
He sometimes threw in some nasty stuff for that joke too, and it got a little bit raunchy. So I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I've got one about a bullfrog, but I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
So, when did you start your channel, and what made you decide to start vlogging?
So we started our channel in January while we were on the Carnival Valor. So, you know, we talked about this a little bit with SCT, you know, just, and you're aware of this with your husband, you shared with me a little bit. And, you know, you look for things to keep your mind moving when you have PTSD. So, you know, 4 deployments with the Army, and fought it for a long time. And then, you know, it's finally like, okay, this is real. Used to do some gardening, used to do all kinds of things just because your mind never shuts off. So anyway, my wife and I, we used to do a lot of Disney World stuff. We would watch Paging Mr. Morrow was one of our favorite to watch. And when we got ready to go on our first cruise, we're like, well, there's probably some, you know, YouTube channels out there like Paging Mr. Morrow that are based around cruising. And we first started watching Pero DJ. We through their YouTube suggested SCT. Through SCT, we got to meet all of you fine people, Lovey and just Kelly and Tammy, and the list goes on with all the folks over here in the comments section, which it's turned into like, it just feels like a huge family, right? And we love each and every one of you guys. We feel the love. But you know, while we were on our way to the Carnival Valor in New Orleans, we're like, well, why don't we video this and try this YouTube thing? That's something cool. That's a good hobby for you to have, you know, and it's something we can do together. So we gave it a shot, and it's kind of starting to take off, and we enjoy it. And we love the interaction that we have with the community.
Yeah. It's a great outlet to have for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My husband, we were sharing before we went on live that my husband also was in combat in Iraq, and his main thing is he likes to either shop, which I'm not a going to the store thing, but William loves to go to the stores and shop. But he also loves video games. That's something that kind of gets him kind of centered, I think, when he's got his mind on something. So, yeah, but we definitely appreciate your service to our country. We really honor you for that, and we appreciate it. So,
thank you.
And also your sons, we appreciate him too.
Thank you.
So, since we have a lot of YouTubers in the chat, what type of equipment are you using to vlog? So everybody wants to know. I do. And what do you use to edit your videos?
So tonight I'm just using my laptop. So this is my personal laptop. It's just a Windows Surface machine, using the camera and everything through there. So I don't know how I sound on the other end, but if it's a little, yeah. So it's doing a good job. It's not a 4K camera. I think it's 720. But to film our vlogs on the ship, we're using a DJI Osmo Pocket. That's a gimmick that Greg from SCT had recommended, and so far it's been good. We really enjoy it. Shoots great video. The microphone on it's really good. Shoots steady video. But usually if we're doing these live streams at home, I have a separate camera that I use, and forgive me, I can't remember the name brand of it. It's a 4K camera.
Yeah.
We just recently ordered some new microphones. So, you know, as you grow, you realize like, my audio quality is not great. And probably the next iteration of things that I want to do, I'd like to tear apart our office, and this can say this because Chastity still hadn't came on yet. I'd like to support our office and turn it into a real legit studio. So it's fun. I enjoy it, you know. So
I noticed on your videos, and I guess it's what you were talking about, what you used to Osmo. What do you call it? Osmo Pocket? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, DJI Osmo Pocket. Yep.
When you walk, it's very stable, which is nice. And I was wondering if you had a gimbal.
So so essentially what the DJI Osmo is the DJI company is the same company that built the Phantom drones. And so some of those great drone footages that you see, the gimbal that hangs on the bottom of those DJI drones, that's the camera that's used on this handheld. And it's fully articulated, and you can set it in a number of different modes where it'll do like first person view. So that keeps even though I may be tilted like this, the camera will stay straight. But you can also set it up to track people's facial movements, and it's great. It's a really good little camera for the cost. You really can't beat it. It's cheaper than GoPro, and I think is the only exception is the waterproofing. I think it's a little more difficult on this camera, but we like it a lot.
That's good.
Video editing, we're using Filmora Pro right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's what
I'm not saying oh boy. Hold on. Look at this. He's saying things I don't understand.
This is her boyfriend. He's into all the technology stuff.
So so the Shure microphone that's the brand we have. I don't know if the part number is the same there, but that's the brand we're using.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarrell.
Hi, dear.
Jarrell's going to Vegas with us in November.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
He says he's been working a lot.
Nick, you are just working. He's making a lot of money, though, so that's okay. I hope that's some money for travel, Nick, because I know that you would love to travel.
Okay, friends. We need to get more subscribers. Here's the link.
What are we at for there?
I don't know. I just know it's not there.
Whatever it is, it's not enough.
Yeah. So
Meg,
thank you, Meg. Meg is doing a great job of moderating, for sure.
Please.
I don't know how Meg participates in all the live streams she participates in. She's everywhere.
She is amazing, yeah. And we were just so lucky to meet her in person. And
I was going to message Meg to see if she wanted to go out to eat.
Yeah, that'd be good when we go to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. You like Taiwanese food?
Are you asking Meg?
No.
What did you ask Meg?
Like Taiwanese food.
Oh, you're asking Josh.
Oh, sorry, Meg. I was asking, Meg, do you like Taiwanese food?
She's making plans with Meg for when she takes me to Atlanta. Josh, that's what they're she's having a discussion.
Just wondering. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, Hannah.
Hey, so you mentioned Augusta. So being in the military for a while, I was actually stationed at Fort Gordon for I think it was 7 months. So we lived on Washington Street or Washington Avenue.
Washington Road.
Bruh.
You lived there during the Masters?
Yes.
That's where you don't want to be.
Yeah, when William was injured in Iraq, he was supposed to go to Texas. And luckily we had a representative politician that stepped in and reached out to me. And I said, why is he not going to Fort Gordon? Because he had a leg injury. And they were like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And he got him into Fort Gordon. So that was nice because that was close to home.
He was there for a month.
Because he was there for a month. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm trying to think of something. Hold on.
You trying to think of something?
Oh, yeah. On Washington Road. So I made the dumb decision the week of Masters to get my nails done. And why I say it's dumb is because you broke your pencil.
I did.
Go
ahead.
My nail salon was across from the entrance to the Augusta National. And when I tell you, I thought somebody was going to hit me because I didn't realize how many bad drivers there are in the world. People can't drive.
So, on that note, sorry. So, tell us about you all go live twice a week. So, tell everybody when they can find your live streams.
So, the one is interesting. So, we started with Fermented Friday, and we were doing that as a recorded thing.
Okay.
And then one evening, I was like, well, you know what? We're going to do this thing called Welcome to the SHOT Show. and I want to ask people in our Facebook group what they would like to see us drink. And so we went live, and people just really responded to the reactions that Chastity was making. She's really the star of that show. So we do a number of things. I've done bourbon tastings. I've done cocktail tastings. Sometimes we rate it. We've had my oldest son and his wife on there, and we've done it with them. And now it's become a live thing because it's just people really like the reaction that Chastity gives is fantastic. She's the star of it. So we do that live on Fridays at 8:00, which is tough for some folks because I think it butts up with Island time, maybe. If I remember right, there's somebody that's close to us. No, it's Pero DJ. So yeah, that's tough to compete with when this in our trade space. But it's the time we have, so we use it. And usually we jump over and Pero DJ will run like 2 hours most of the time. So we just jump on at the end of theirs. And then on Sunday nights, we have Shooting the Breeze with Josh and Chastity, or with Moonlight Adventures. And that's just our kind of kicked back, low-key talking time like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's funny because Chastity's always like, well, I don't know what we're going to talk about for an hour. I was like, there will be plenty. We just go in there and be natural and normal, and people ask us questions, and we always end up getting to the end of the hour and like, man, where'd all the time go?
Yeah, it goes by fast for sure.
And 2 weeks ago, we had Dylan on from Korea, which was an interesting.
Awesome. Yeah. That's really cool.
I'm trying to find a shot that was like absolutely disgusting that y'all should do.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And hold on, y'all keep talking. And I'm gonna find the shot.
Hannah's got has squirrel moments sometimes.
Well, he said I like watching her reaction, and I'm like, okay,
this is one he needs to try with Chastity.
Bet I got you. And it has whiskey and a raw egg.
Oh.
And the whiskey starts cooking the egg.
Ooh.
You want to react?
Don't do that to her. Don't do that to her.
So Lovey's is talking about this pickle and fireball. So the last shot show we did pickleback shots, which is a shot of Jameson and you chase it with a shot of pickle juice. So that one's pretty interesting and pretty good. And we did one.
There was some because I like to look at TikTok when I'm bored, but there was a TikTok, and I get into, for some reason, I get a lot of alcohol TikToks, like people making drinks. I don't know. But somebody took the other day, and I can't remember what it was. It was something. It was two different things, and they mixed it together, and they said it tasted like chocolate. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't have thought they tasted like chocolate, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay, okay. It's called an Amber Moon. An Amber Moon shot. So you take Tabasco sauce, a raw egg, and whiskey, and you shoot it.
That would make me sick.
That sounds like it hurts the next day is what that sounds like.
That's nasty.
It's called Amber Moon. That's what it is.
We did an alien brain hemorrhage, which was it looked nasty, but it's actually pretty good. It was blue curacao, peach schnapps, and then you take Bailey's and you drop it in there, and it makes, because it's heavier, it makes what looks like an alien brain. And then you drop a little bit of simple syrup and something else in there, and it makes these little drops, so it looks like it's a bloody kind of brain. It's pretty cool.
Like it tastes really good though.
It did, but you get that mixture of thick and thin, and that's kind of and it's called a brain hemorrhage. So
So what has been Chastity's favorite shot that she's tried?
Hi, Billy J.
Her favorite is probably, so it hasn't been on the video. So her favorite that we did was probably at this place called Presley's on the river, Presley's on the creek. Anyway, down in Edisto, South Carolina. So we asked the bartender what her best shot was and what her nastiest shot was. So she brought us her best, and it was like this pina colada shot, and it was wonderful. And she loved that. And then she gave us one called the Oil Slick, which was peppermint schnapps with Jaeger on top, and that was rough.
Oh, it sounds like medicine.
pretty much what it tasted like. Yeah.
Hey, Billy J Travels. Good to see you. And we got Northeast Georgia Mountain folks. These are our friends that we met in Helen. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
How wonderful.
Billy just said, hello, everybody.
The captain is here. We sat, when we did the Helen meetup, we sat with Billy J, and he says, you sat at the captain's table.
He said, there's one now that's half Busch Light and then half Captain Morgan.
I could do that. I could do that all day. I love Busch lattes.
And he said that's the one that's supposed to
taste.
like
that's what I was about to say. It was beer. So that's the one, if you mix it together, it tastes like chocolate.
So is it spiced Captain Morgan or just regular Captain Morgan? That's probably pretty important.
For Lovey's.
Lovey would know.
Spice.
Mike would know. I bet it's regular. I don't know. But I was like, how does that taste like chocolate mixed together? I mean, that's just weird. But they did it, and they're like, it tastes like chocolate.
Yeah.
I like
we
chocolate.
did Fireball. One year we did cocktails for Christmas, and it was a ginger snap drink. So, but you take cream soda and Fireball, and it tastes like a ginger snap. It's pretty good. That one's actually
that too.
Yeah.
I like Fireball.
Okay.
I like Fireball.
Story time.
We have story time?
Just real quick story time.
Okay.
The reason why I don't drink Fireball is because I did 4 shots of it when I was in college. And, you know, it's fine going down, but when it comes back up, it's not fun.
Nope, it sure is.
And then, like, once you do that, whenever you smell the alcohol, you're like, no. Can't do it again. Yeah, no, that's why I don't like it.
So if you had to choose the favorite of all the videos that are currently on your channel, which one's your favorite and why?
So I like our first one, our very, very first cruise video, which was our update from the Carnival Valor, just because that's kind of where we fell in love with doing this.
Yeah.
And it's a very genuine video. Just her and I sitting in the cabin, just talking and reminiscing, and nothing was scripted. It was just one continuous straight video of just her and I sitting there talking and reminiscing on the last sea day of the cruise.
Yeah.
I look back at it and I'm like, you know, this was where we fell in love with cruising. This is where we fell in love with YouTube. And so I like that one. But
yeah,
the best produced video, I guess, and the one that we always look at and go to that she really likes is the full review of the Carnival Spirit part 2, not the first one. The first one is actually viewed more. But for some reason, when I was in Filmora, I drugged the audio a little to the left over the top of the video. So I have that like old school Kung Fu movie thing where my mouse moving, the audio's behind. So we don't like it, but we can't pull it off because it keeps getting views. But yeah.
What?
Nothing. I thought you had something to tell me.
No, I looked at me.
I mean, you will, once you really build your channel, like we've been into this for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
I don't know.
We started 3 years. I think our 3-year anniversary was this month or last month. But once you build up your videos and everything, it's still nice to sometimes like go back and just reminisce over things, you know, and see.
Yeah.
Except for when your camera is out of focus for the entire trip and you start getting really mad.
Which one was that?
Biltmore.
Oh, when you went to Biltmore?
And Las Vegas. It was out of focus in Las Vegas too. When you put it on a television that's big, you realize how out of focus it is, and you start getting mad.
And that's your new camera. Well, it was new.
Apparently, it doesn't have the autofocus on it. It just focuses on the background.
So I guess we're going to keep on using my camera.
I'm going to try to fix it.
Yeah, it's so there's one part, and I believe it was day 4 of the Carnival Spirit. Chastity was using the Osmo, and we hadn't really figured out how to use it yet, and we had it in the track mode and not the first person view mode. So she's trying to video me going down the slide, and she's like, because the camera's tracking something else, and she's trying to do this and that, and you can see her finger get in there, and so yeah, we kind of gave SCT a hard time. Like, what kind of gimmick did Greg get me into here? No, we love the camera now. We finally figured it out. That's the one warning about that camera is like it doesn't come with good instructions. You have to download the instructions from the site.
Yeah. Well, your videos are really good, and they're nice and clear. I mean, I really like it, but I like how smooth it is when you're moving.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
We love the camera. Yeah, we've used it for a number of things now. Even we videoed our Easter with it. That's how much we like the camera.
So y'all, have you gotten to the point yet that when you're planning a trip, you're also planning what you're going to film?
Kind of, sort of. So we knew on the Spirit that we wanted to try, and Lovey's Fat Life gave us this idea to do the door judgment, judging the doors. So we knew we wanted to do that. So we attacked that. We enjoyed it. And we decided that's something we're going to do from now on. We're also realizing now, watching some other YouTubers and some of the things that we missed from this last trip, that we need to take one day just to explore the ship. Maybe that, the day that we embark, just because everything's clear, nobody's there, and just take good wall-to-wall pictures. And of course, we always plan a walk through the room. But no, we kind of just wing it at this point. I mean, I think some of the folks that have gave us feedback, they're like, well, we just like that you're genuine. So we want to keep our videos genuine. We don't want it to feel scripted at all. Just join us on a journey, Yeah.
We're learning that room tours. Hey, Antoinette Fun. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Hey, Antoinette. Good to see you. Room tours. Definitely. We've now learned that a ship tour does well, because that's our most viewed video. Hannah's idea. She wasn't even there. I did it. I videotaped it. And it really wasn't hard to do. If you get up early in the morning and just run the ship. And
the best day, though, would be like if you weren't going to go out.
To Nassau or something.
On a port. Like it's empty.
Yeah.
My favorite of y'all's so far, and maybe this is it's a reminiscing thing, but the cabin from the Helen trip.
Yeah.
That kind of brought me back. I mean, I used to, when I was a kid, if Mom and Dad wanted to take us somewhere, but we really couldn't afford to go on a big trip, we always drove to Helen, because I grew up in northwest Georgia. I used to love Helen. And of course, I think it's blown up a little bit since the 80s and 90s, but
not too bad, though. It's still kind of got a small town charm there.
I will have to say there were more chain things there than the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like more chain hotels.
More chain hotels, yeah. For sure.
I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved our cabin. Our cabin was so peaceful.
Yeah.
And
the river that's running beside it, or the creek.
Yeah.
Was that for you on the Hiawassee, or was that a creek or something?
It was in Hiawassee.
It was in Hiawassee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Hiawassee.
It was kind of like between Helen and Hiawassee, but I think it was, if we wanted to go into the town of Hiawassee, it was closer.
Like, you legit just kept going. So like you would drive straight through Helen, keep going for like 20 minutes, and then you take this one right
near a campground.
Near a campground.
Yeah.
I mean, you just kept going, and it's all these cabins that were like alongside the creek, but this cabin, like, it was right next to the creek.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you wanted to, you could run out and just, like, go on the creek.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there looking at that, and I'm like, okay, coffee's in the morning, and then whiskey and cigar at night. It's just,
And then they had a fire pit.
They had a fire pit, too, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot to get all Ron Swanson out there,
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Parks and Rec.
You just said something that she does not understand. I saw her face. I was like, no.
I was like, who? So you were talking about the Carnival Spirit. Tell us some things, because I saw that was coming. It's like, it came, like, we got the news quickly. It was coming to Jacksonville, and it's not staying there. It's going to Alaska soon or now, whatever. But tell us, it looks like a beautiful ship. Tell us some things that you really liked about the Carnival Spirit.
So I think first thing is the size. It felt like it was the perfect size. So it was actually, I think, a little bit smaller than the Valor, and the Valor was our first ship. So I had I didn't have as high expectations for the Spirit, actually, as I did for the Valor. And then when we got on there, especially toward the end, I kept asking Chastity, I was like, I may like this ship better than the Valor. So it was easier to navigate. There were some odd things on there because they still had some leftover things from it cruising out of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I think. I've heard from some people that it really doesn't matter, that that's kind of the way Carnival is, but it wasn't that way on the Valor. So there was a lot of like the pork and beans kind of breakfast stuff that the English folks do, and that's fine. I mean, either eat it or you don't. The casino, the way it was laid out was great. It was spacious. It was beautiful. Their punchliner, that's one of the things we really enjoyed and we do every night. Their punchliner lounge, which was I think they call it the Versailles Lounge, just beautiful. It was laid out. It's real whimsical. And karaoke. So they did karaoke in the Red Frog Pub, and the way it was laid out, the way their Red Frog Pub was laid out, it's just a perfect spot to do that kind of stuff. We didn't spend a lot of time in the pools. The pools were pretty. We just, for whatever reason, we don't do a whole lot of pool time. They have a Roman spa, which is just beautiful. So I think it's a 3-story gym, actually. Yeah, it's 3 levels. So you have on the first level, you have all the ellipticals and cardio machines and the treatment rooms, and that's where the hot tub was at. Then you go up and you have all the machines, and then the next level you have like the free weights. So it was a really cool setup, and each level you can see out onto the water. It was blown away with the ship, really were. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Did you have something? Okay.
I don't want to put this user in timeout. I don't want to do that. I almost put them in timeout.
Don't put Kelly and Tammy's journey in timeout.
You almost did it.
What is y'all's favorite spot on the ship? Is that, I guess, any ship in general?
Yeah, well, I mean, so common favorite ship or common favorite part of the ship, I guess, is the Serenity Deck. We try and get a clamshell on the Serenity Deck and take a nap and chill for a few hours at least every time we're on board.
Have you been on the Sunshine yet?
No, not yet.
They have the biggest Serenity I've ever seen.
It has a waterfall.
And it has a waterfall, and it's 3 levels.
The waterfall goes into the pool.
Yeah. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And William and I were on the Valor right before the world shut down, and we liked on the Valor the size of where the punch liner was.
Yeah.
That size of that was really nice, because on the Sunshine, you have to get there early if you want to see.
Yeah.
But we liked the size of that, the comedy place on the Valor.
Where were Ricky and Alexi when we were? What ship was that? When we were?
I don't remember. They were with was it the Breeze? Or no?
I don't remember. But
they were with Kayla.
Yeah.
And TJ.
But I think they were in like their punchliner or something, and they had this creepy mask at the top. And I just, any other ship has that?
That was pretty creepy. Yeah.
I was like, is that a person staring at you?
One thing we liked, so speaking of the punchliner on the Valor in comparison to the Spirit, the Spirit didn't have any of those poles, so there really wasn't anywhere bad to sit.
Yeah, that's
Spirit
good.
punchliner. But I agree with you. I think the Valor was larger, but there were spots in the Valor punchliner that it was hard to see. And I think so on the Valor, the punchliner was in the aft part of the ship, so you could feel the engines revving up and all that kind of stuff. It didn't bother me, but the punchliner on the Spirit's in the forward part of the ship.
On the Spirit, have they brought back the Quest, the game, the Quest?
No. No.
Have you ever seen one of those? Have you ever seen that on Carnival?
Is this the one where they go find me however many things or whatever?
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
They did, but I think they called it something different.
Well, William and I had never seen the Quest, and because we usually were traveling with her when she was younger or something, we wouldn't, Yeah. And so we decided to go on the Valor for the first time to go see the Quest, and we didn't participate because we wanted to watch it first before we ever knew what we were signing up for, And I'm glad we didn't participate, but we saw a lot.
Yeah, we went out, I can't remember what they called it, because we went out to the party deck because we wanted the Lido deck, not the party deck, to see if that's something we want to participate in, because I'm still trying to win a ship on a stick. And we got there a little late, and then she's like, I think this is the game they're playing, and the kids are running up and handing crazy things like.
It's not kids.
Yeah, it's not for kids, but that's probably a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
This is adults only thing.
It's
we
like
saw body parts, and I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's like team captain, go collect 5 people's underwear.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
From the audience.
And people are like trying to take it off without anybody seeing their stuff, and we're like, oh my gosh. It was crazy. But it's almost like one of the things you want to watch, but you don't want to watch, but you want to watch. Hey, MGM Family Travel.
Kelly and Tammy said our favorite spot is on it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, for sure.
Any ship, just be on there. So she's been looking down at my phone. She's trying like mad, but apparently
it's so hard.
Yeah, it's like I hate this. So she's apologizing, but I told her just keep trying. Just 10 minutes, it'll be okay.
It's fine. Tell her not to stress out. Tell her you're doing a good job.
That since I'm on here, you're probably losing viewers because she's.
Oh no, we're not.
She has the face for YouTube. I don't.
She is really pretty. You're a very lucky man.
If anybody's losing,
I definitely married up.
It's probably me.
So, how many times have you all cruised?
So only twice. So we'll be going on the Magic in June. That'll be our 3rd cruise. But she was already looking for another cruise before we come off the first one. So
of course,
that's how she is.
Always be booked. That's my saying. Always be booked.
Our total's going to go way up because, like I said, we're on the Valor or we're on the Magic in June, and then we're on I think the Freedom in October. We're on a Halloween cruise. We're thinking about hitting the Beach Please cruise in September, maybe out of Miami.
Awesome.
But yeah, she's like, you care if no, you can book everything you want. I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah. People always say, how do you get so hooked on it? So you're hooked. You know it now.
Yeah. I love it.
Our first cruise we ever vlogged was the Magic. It was nice.
I've heard great things. I know Antoinette loves the Magic. She's told us a few times, like, you guys are going to love it. So we're excited about the Magic.
And if y'all have, I don't know if y'all still have Simon London as the cruise director, but that's kind of his ship. But he's so good. He was our cruise director when we were on it too. He's on there right now, but I don't know how long he's on it. His next trip is in only 1 month from now. Good, because you've been working so hard.
Is that Louisiana or is that Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Louisiana.
He's taking the Amtrak back with stops in Kansas City and Chicago.
I'm thinking Louisiana.
Very nice. Nick loves to take he does great trips on the Amtrak.
Go ahead. How about something I've always thought about doing? So is Nick's page, is it about, does he do Amtrak vlogs?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to check it.
Innocents Abroad, did they do Amtrak? When they did theirs, was that?
Yeah, Innocents Abroad has done Amtrak also. They also do a lot of cruising, and they do a lot of the luxury lines.
I'm sure.
Are you trying to get my attention?
No. I just, every time somebody says like Amtrak, I just think about your experience on the Amtrak.
Oh, that's another night, another story. We took the Amtrak on our honeymoon, and that we had a bad experience, but I had to try it again because it was such a bad experience. I never did it again.
These crazy people, like when I go to Atlanta, I prefer to take MARTA, and when I'm if we're visiting in New York, I prefer to take the subway and stuff. It's just, I know the downside of it. I know what people don't like, but that's kind of what I do like about it. It's just, you immerse yourself in the experience,
It was fantastic on the train. But our train, we left out of Charleston, and we came to a dead stop, and they turned off all the lights, and they said that we hit somebody on the track.
No, what you said was,
and then they said one of the people that was working our car, because we had a sleeper car, said in the hallway, we think he's under our train car.
Oh,
yeah, and then all of a sudden we saw flashlights, and I was done. At that point.
It was also like summertime, and they were told they cannot leave their cabin.
It was June in Charleston, and they turned off the air and told us we had to stay in the little hot box.
And they were possibly on top of a body.
Yeah, on top of a body that could start.
Yeah, it was not fun, and I was young and scared on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
So, what cruise ship is on your bucket list, and why?
I think right now the one that we're most interested in getting on is the Mardi Gras.
Mhm.
And we're, right now we're Carnival people. And then the other thing is we want to kind of branch out. So we've been looking at NCL and some of their ships. That's probably the next cruise line we'll hit. But definitely the Mardi Gras. That's our big bucket list ship to get on. I'd like to get on Symphony of the Seas. And then also one of the things we talk about, this is not a specific ship, but we're looking at back-to-backs, and we'd like to do a Journeys cruise also. Those are some things we're looking at we'd like to do.
I was supposed to be on a Journeys cruise in January, but we both got sick with
Not
the
me.
William and I did.
We got the a lot when we came off the Valor.
Yeah.
We think we got it in New Orleans, which is not good. We got it before we got on the boat, but that was in the middle of Omicron, and
that's when we got it. My husband tested just because we were testing 2 days before the trip, and when he tested, it came up positive.
Wow.
So,
he had no symptoms of that.
He had no symptoms, but he did get sick, and 2 days later, so it was a blessing that he was able to find out he had it before he got on a 10-day cruise. So
our last day, actually that video I was telling you about, I know I had it then because I was getting it was hard for me to get around the ship, and I'm like, geez, have I ate this much food? And then she got it while we were traveling through the airport, and when we got home, we're like, should we test for COVID? And we did, and we're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Wow. So, yeah. So
wrong one.
Hey, ARC Adventures, good to see you. So which you just talked about some of your trips that you have planned for the future, but which one are you looking forward to the most, and why?
Well, probably this next one. So the whole cruise thing started because of this next cruise. Our son, he's a senior in high school, and we asked our oldest son what he wanted to do for his senior trip. He wanted to go to Disney World. So we asked Dustin, our youngest, like, what do you want for your senior trip? And he's like, I want to go on a cruise. So we booked the Magic. We booked it last year because then we were like, we didn't even know if people were going to be able to cruise or not. And then cruising came back, and Chastity's like, well, we should really do a test cruise and see how it goes. Sure, that's an excuse. I'll take that one. So we go and we got hooked, and so we booked this cruise that we just came off of the Spirit. And but yeah, this one's a special cruise. So we've got some special decorations for the door. We're bringing my mother-in-law with us. It's her first time on a cruise. 7-day cruise out of where are we leaving out of? Out of Norfolk. We're leaving out of Norfolk, so it's nice. A home cruise for us. So yeah, we're pretty excited. It's that's the one I'm looking forward to, and Antoinette's got me all pumped up about how great the Magic's going to be too. So yeah,
I didn't realize the Magic was leaving from Norfolk. Okay, that's nice for y'all.
Yeah, it's perfect. There hadn't been too many. I think there's only been a couple go out of Norfolk since COVID. So starting to pick that up, but it's a single ship port. So not a lot of action going in and out of there.
Isn't that how Charleston is? Is Charleston?
Charleston only has one. Yeah, single ship. It has the Sunshine.
They're trying to build it up a little bit so people that are, sailing across can port and make that like a port of call. Norfolk's fun, but there's not a lot to do there. Like if you're going to see America, you probably wouldn't recommend Norfolk, but
we went to Norfolk when we went to Williamsburg, Virginia, and then we went to Thomas Jefferson's home, and then we went to see her friend lived in Virginia Beach at the time, but she's moved to North Carolina now since then. But it was nice though. I mean, it's a nice waterfront town, so
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's funny. We do Instacart. That's kind of how we fund our fun time is with Instacart. And we've delivered in the neighborhood that Pharrell used to live in.
Oh, so nice.
He's since left Virginia Beach because he had some problem with the local government. But his house still sits there. It's just this ginormous house that sits right on the end of an inlet. And there's some beautiful places there. And Virginia Beach is one of the most beautiful, clean beaches you'll go to on the Atlantic coast. We love it.
We saw the big statue, Neptune statue down there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Who the hell are these people coming on here late?
Who's on here late?
Oh, hello.
The Traveling Gilberts. There they are. Well, they're going to be with us on May 12th. So we're excited to have them. We were talking about y'all earlier, but it was all good. We promise. So,
Hello, Felicia.
hey, Felicia. So what is your dream destination that you have not visited yet?
So I think my wife and I both right now would say Korea because we'd love to go over there and see our son.
Can she go with you?
But really,
I can learn Korean. I can be your translator.
That's where she wants to go.
But genuinely, I think Alaska is our, where we'd really like to go. But yeah, so it was kind of messed up. I've been having connection issues, but you can go back and you can watch our recorded live with Dylan, our son, and we posted some pictures and stuff in there, and he talks about his experiences in Korea. So he's in Gunsan, which is southwest Korea, and he just absolutely loves it. They go out every weekend and eat all kinds of crazy stuff, drink all kinds of crazy stuff. It's an interesting place. Yeah, to say
there too, didn't he?
Yes, he was stationed there.
He was stationed there, yeah.
Yeah, so that is how I am. That's why I am who I am.
You are your father. That is true.
See, like
your father's child for sure.
He is. You may have the red hair for me, but that's it.
Yeah, and if you see pictures of my son, there's no denying him. So my oldest, he's a carbon copy.
Well, the thing is that like Dad and I are always like, oh yeah, let's try this food. Let's try this food. Let's use chopsticks. And then mom's over here stabbing her sushi with a fork. She's like, I don't need chopsticks. And this is the lady who's like, oh, I kind of want to go to Thailand. They're not going to have your forks.
My Texas sporks with me.
Interesting. So we've learned some things. So we would always take our chopsticks and do this with them and get all the splinters off of them.
Yep.
If you do that in Korea, that's like you're basically saying, hey, your chopsticks are cheap. Yeah.
But it's basically saying like F you. like the restaurant.
Yeah. So some of the places have metal chopsticks over there. So that's interesting.
Yeah. It's the metal chopsticks and they're kind of flat.
You bought some fancy chopsticks when we were in Chinatown.
I want to get some even fancier chopsticks. They had some green chopsticks that were like jade, and they were so pretty. I would just have them like framed. They were so pretty.
I mean, you can't get the full sushi experience if you're not eating them with chopsticks. That's
says the lady. She literally has to ask and be like, "Excuse me, can I have a fork? Do you have a fork?" And I'm just thinking, this lady.
We're in Chinatown. I asked for a fork.
And they were speaking about you in Mandarin. They were talking about you.
I'm never going to see them again. That's all right.
Exactly. That's why I tell Chastity that all the time. She's like, but these people are never going to see us again. I could care less. It's okay.
Exactly.
Enjoy it.
When I used to be self-conscious about carrying the camera everywhere, and now it's like, these people are never going to see me again. It'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as you're being good to people and loving each other and
that's right.
doing the right thing, that's what's important.
That's right.
With everything else.
So we're going to have to close up because we have Lovey's Fat Life coming on in 1 minute, and they have special guests, SCT Adventures. Also at 9:00, there is Thirsty Thursday, but Life is Good Today. And also at 10:00, it's Beach Please tonight, and they have Nautical Nurse Nancy. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. But Josh, we just appreciate you so much, and we will get Chastity back on here in the future. I promise.
Yeah, she's apologizing. She's like, I thought we would
she's fine.
Yeah. Thank you guys. It's been great. We love all of you guys, and we just appreciate the time.
Tell her I've been kicking around the idea of having a ladies' night on our channel. We have a lady guest, so we will definitely include her when we get that planned. Okay.
We're trying to increase our female viewership. It's like 80% men and 20% women, and I try to make the pink symbol and everything, and it doesn't matter. It's like, what do I do? But yeah, thank you guys. Thanks a lot.
But we thank you so much for joining us, and I'm going to ask Hannah to close us out. Did you get yourself?
Yeah. Sorry. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. There is a bug flying around in here. I'm so sorry. But hey, thank you everybody who stayed to the end. We really appreciate you. But like we always say at the end, we hope that you stay safe out there, stay healthy, and don't forget to journey on.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye.